Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Taylor is fighting hard, but Ridge's future is still uncertain. According to spoilers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge Forrester is devoted to Taylor Hayes. He doesn't currently have any plans to break up with her, but he hasn't suggested an engagement either. Time is being clocked by Brooke Logan. Because they are meant to be together, she thinks Ridge will come back to her really soon. Even if Ridge and Taylor married, any true fan would probably not wager on them being together indefinitely. It's possible that the same audience would not wager against Brooke's forecast either. Although it was a very recent relationship resurrection and took many years, it did happen. Without having to battle for Ridge, Taylor was able to get him back. Brooke disintegrated, which is why it occurred. As viewers remember, after Taylor's apparently deadly disease was made public, Ridge became closer to her and lost faith in Brooke. Dr. Grace Buckingham came to the correct medical judgment when Ridge took the initiative to urge her to get a second opinion. Ridge was affected by Taylor's shattered heart condition. The physical consequences of his back and forth between her and Brooke were his duty. This round is special because of Taylor's reconciliation with Ridge. Is it sustainable, though? Brooke is aware of her attraction to Ridge. When they are together, his head tilts to the side in clear adoration, and his eyes are always focused on her. Many of the men Lang has liked or loved over the decades of the day have been overshadowed by her persona. However, Ridge is unquestionably her eternal love. Brooke has survived 8 divorces because she is so committed to Ridge. Even though they aren't married or even together, there is no doubting that these two share an unshakable love, despite their relationship ranking among the most dysfunctional in all of soap opera history. That is her main advantage over Taylor, whom Ridge adores but not nearly as much. The present resurrection is the most recent non-Brooke time, and she is his alternate love. Ridge persuades himself to leave Brooke or return to her. When he recently made amends with Taylor, he didn't do the same. Rather, he became involved in the settlement of her sudden health issue. Ridge swiftly left Brooke's house to start over with Taylor after talking himself out of it. It was a kind of culpability. Ridge feels as though he is making amends for the hurt he inflicted to Taylor's heart by re-establishing their relationship. But since he will eventually have to ask her to marry him, his decision is risky. She will begin to worry and experience heartache once more the longer he fails to achieve it. Why Daphne must go on to Zend. Forget Carter. Daphne had a mission when she got to Los Angeles. In order to stop the FC takeover, Steffi recruited her to separate Carter and Hope. Carter lost hope when he gave the business back to the Forresters, proving that Daphne's plan was successful. Daphne didn't anticipate falling in love with Carter though. Daphne has been pursuing the attractive lawyer since Carter became unmarried. Carter is still in love with Hope despite their desire to one another. Daphne is left out in the cold now that Carter and Hope are back together. However, if Zend expresses romantic interest in her, things might get heated for the perfumer. Daphne and Zend are now good friends. She will be devastated by Cope's reunion, and he is aware of how much she loves Carter. However, Zend can assist her in moving past the loss and realizing that she deserves a better man. Someone like him. Daphne is the ideal love interest for Zend, who hasn't had a romantic relationship in a long time. However, as is inevitable for many B&B couples, Carter will be the source of their problems. Carter will occasionally feel envious of Daphne, and Zend despite his repeated rejection of her. It's possible that Carter was secretly falling for Daphne and enjoying her attention. However, now that Daphne is with Zend, he won't have her lusting for him. Reuniting with Hope gave Carter what he desired. However, he will have his concerns after witnessing Daphne with Zend. Carter makes a magnificent motion. Carter gave Hope a magnificent gesture. Daphne is driven to the airport by Deuce. Finn has a request for Liam as well. There will be a lot of drama throughout the day, and you won't want to miss a moment of it. To watch, turn on CBS or Paramount+. As the pilot for the Forrester family, Deuce has created some intriguing problems in recent months. He took Steffi and Ridge Brooke to Monte Carlo by plane. He later went to Finn's office and met April there. Carter hasn't concealed it. He genuinely wants to be with Hope again. Carter is fixated on Hope, despite Daphne's attempts to persuade him to try a relationship with her. He even expressed his feelings to Brooke over her daughter. Naturally, Carter almost gave up when he heard Hope speaking to Liam. But when Hope broke the devastating news that Liam was dying, he showed a tremendous deal of sympathy for the circumstance. Now that they are back together, things appear to be going well for them. Liam got some unfavorable news regarding the amount of time he has left to live and its quality. He wants to spend his remaining time with his loved ones, but he has a lot of decisions to make. Recently, Liam and Finn even had an unplanned moment of friendship. Ridge's fantasy, Brooke's supporter, and Daphne's farewell. Daphne Rose bids Carter Walton farewell in today's episode. I hope Logan stands by Brooke Logan. In addition, Ridge Forrester's fantasies about his ex-wife are unabated. Let's start with Hope, who for the zillionth time listens to Brooke talk about her fate. Yes, Brooke, we all know you miss and adore him. The mother starts questioning her daughter after Hope abruptly remarks that life is too short. Hope discusses Liam Spencer but makes no mention of him. Hope supports Brooke's efforts to reunite with Ridge Forrester. Hope is then able to inform her mother that she and Carter have reconciled. Ridge and Taylor Hayes are still together at Forrester Creations. Ridge is thinking about Brooke despite being with Taylor. Taylor talks on how she realizes and accepts that Bridge is a part of the fashion industry, among other things. Even if everything seems fine, Taylor's exchanges with Brooke give the impression that things are not. Ridge continues his statement by discussing how Mom taught him that life doesn't have to be difficult or chaotic. Living a life devoid of drama is also feasible. According to Taylor, this will be their greatest phase of life. Ridge resumes fantasizing about Brooke as soon as Taylor departs. He then reflects on his relationship with Taylor. Carter keeps telling Daphne that he and Hope are back together over at the loft. The nose doesn't comprehend what changed and isn't handling it well. Daphne doesn't believe Carter's assurance that Hope won't harm him again. The nose implies that Hope is once more taking advantage of Carter. Hope truly wants Liam, Daphne argues. Although the nose believes it is impossible with Hope, he still wants Carter to avoid suffering harm in the future. She truly finds it hard to comprehend how quickly things could have changed. Carter skips over all of it, but Daphne wants to know Hope's justification for what he heard. Carter regrets hurting Daphne, but Hope is unique. Carter expresses his gratitude to Daphne for their friendship. The nose essentially says, "See ya," and leaves. Hope arrives a few minutes later and gives Carter a joyful kiss. The designer is certain he won't disappoint her once more. When Finn tries to save him, Liam and Steffi end up dating. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi Forrester and Liam Spencer's frequent spending together never ends well for their partners. Years ago, Steffi cheated on John Finnegan with Liam. Was there nothing that Finn might have learned from that? Fans of The Bold and the Beautiful are already worried about what will happen to Liam, who lives with Finn and Steffi. Liam is not totally crippled even if he is dying. Liam and Steffi will have some alone time to talk about their time together as a couple when Finn is at work, particularly at night. Old emotions will inevitably surface as a result of these discussions about what could have been. Since their marriage, Liam and Steffi have had kisses, although Finn is unaware of this. Liam and Steffi shared a kiss during the Forrester fashion show in Rome. Liam has wavered between Steffi and Hope Logan for years. Every time Liam approaches her, Steffi readily falls into his arms because she loves him. Supporters anticipate that it will recur. Finn's world may be collapsing while he is at work saving people. Even though Steffi and Liam are already close, as they spend more time together, their love and nostalgia will inevitably return. Finn is making every effort to find a means of prolonging Liam's life. The relationship between Liam and Steffi isn't even on Finn's mind. Finn works long hours and then returns home to take care of Liam. What if Steffi and Liam were together when Finn arrived home from work? How could Steffi have betrayed Finn in this way when he had left his entire family for her? If something like this happened, what would Finn do? Will Finn and Steffi make it through this betrayal? Steffi's family wouldn't be the only ones impacted if she and Liam hooked up. This would have an impact on all of the Forresters. Bill Spencer is unaware of his son's illness at the moment. When he finds out that Liam and Steffi cheated on Finn, would he discover this information all at once? Given that she and Steffi had announced a ceasefire, how will Hope react to this betrayal? Is it possible that Finn would sleep with another woman in order to pay Steffi back? Bridget Forrester is also quite distressed by Liam's state. Would those two also end up in bed together if Finn confided in her? What would happen if a remedy was discovered? In the event that Liam survives this tumor, where will Steffi be?